In this short tutorial, I'm going to teach you the 3 basic components to the hand whistle, 2 different things you can do if you're not getting a sound out right away, and a couple different ways to level up the hand whistle once you get the basics down. Let's get started. The first thing is, what do we do with these thumbs? This part is very important because this is where the air is actually going to go in, all right? When you bring your thumbs together, you actually want about 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch gap between them. If you bend your thumbs too much, it's going to be a bigger gap, and you also don't want them super straight. We're not going for that paper thin gap either. Again, this depends on the size of your hands, but we're looking for about 1/2 centimeter for my Asian friends, or 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch. All right, the second component to the hand whistle is the chamber that you're going to make. Now, we can get into why it's so important in just a second, but the first thing you got to remember is that it needs to be airtight. And if you look at your left hand, the area around the palm, just into the fingers, is the part that needs to kind of be sealed. Remember, we only want air going inside between the knuckles. It's going to resonate and then come out the same hole. So if there's any gap between your hands, the air is going to go out and all you'll hear is that airy sound. So if you want to make your hands kind of like the Lego guys and kind of just bring them together, that can work. You can also lay your hands down and cup them together. Make sure you're ending with your thumbs being lined up like we practice, okay? This might be the trickiest part of the hand whistle, and you're gonna have to maybe move your fingers around, adjust them. It's gonna feel a little awkward at first, but don't give up. Don't say it doesn't work. Again, just kind of move them around, adjust your fingers, you'll get it. Hey, real quick, if you learn how to hand whistle through this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Check out some of our other stuff. We have other skills you can learn too. All right, back to the video. All right, here's the third component to the hand whistle. This is where we put it all together. We have our thumbs set, we have the chamber set, and now we're blowing into the chamber. However, some of you are gonna be tempted to just blow into that hole, and then you're gonna give up and say it doesn't work. But that's not how we get the sound. The whistle sound is actually created when our air hits the edge of our knuckle. It starts to vibrate, right? And then it goes into the chamber, and the chamber amplifies the sound. So we're not actually blowing here. We want to take our lips, put them around our knuckles, and blow the air kind of into the knuckles. It sounds weird, but if you put your lips onto your knuckles and just blow in, the air will go into your hand. It's gonna amplify that noise and you'll get the sound. All right, if you're not getting a sound, here's the first thing you can try, and this will probably get it right away. Depending on the tilt of your hands, you might be going too far up or too far down, and let me show you. If we go too far down, you can hear it's trying to fight, but watch what happens if I just tilt my hands up just a bit. For most of you, that's probably what's gonna do the trick. Your hands are probably too low and you just need to pull it up, okay? It's also possible that it's tilted too high and you're just gonna bring it down. Do that first. The second thing you might wanna try is, if the tilt is right, it's possible that you need to just focus on these lips really getting wrapped around the knuckle, because we're creating a seal, okay? We don't just wanna barely touch our lips to it. You can hear it's trying to come out, and we're not making out with our knuckles, right? You don't have to like lick them, but it's kind of like you're playing the trumpet or something. You want it sealed, but you're not pushing it too tight, okay? So you might just have to adjust how much your lips are touching your knuckles. All right, if you've made it this far, it means you're getting the sound, and now I'm gonna show you a few things we can do to kind of level it up. The first thing is the size of the chamber. The bigger the chamber, the lower the sound. If we make the chamber smaller by really bringing our hands together, we're gonna get a higher sound. So let me demonstrate. My hands are pretty close together. If I open them up a little bit more, you can see it sounds a lot lower. The second thing you can do is, if you can roll your tongue, you get a cool vibrato sound. Now, this is harder to do using the shape that I just taught. I have another video where it teaches how to do kind of the bunched up fingers version. Everything else is the same, except instead of your fingers being flat, you bunch them like this. Anyway, with the smaller chamber, it's a little bit easier to get the vibrato sound like this. And then the third thing you can do, once you've got these down, if you can control the back fingers, kind of like a flap, you can get that cool whoop sound that you heard at the beginning. If you want to learn how to do this, click here. If you want to learn this version or this version, you can click on this playlist here, and that's it. I'll see you.